I decided I'm gonna just get Doichi with it, Isoray with it, vlog with it, daily vlog with it. I did my YouTube like a month ago and a bit ago. And from now until then, there's been so much stuff. There's so much doing. There's so much action. Before we sell, we surf. I wanted to say that I applied for a job yesterday online for someone that I really think is super fly, and I love their company. I love what they do. And I applied for a sales position. I'm getting this gig. I'm gonna practice sales even more, 10 hours extra a week for someone else's retreats, someone else's passion, and I am going to be a top salesperson and I'm going to get commissions. That's the plan.
I'm out of the water now. Life is grand. All right, now to the critical success actions. I have 2 women that I need to focus on today. How am I going to speak to them? How am I going to talk to them? How am I going to listen, create the space to listen to their needs, to sell them something? I need to sell them something. I'm going to sell them something.
This is my realization, right? So I've been I am relentless in my pursuit for my new car. I really need a new car. I've been really patient, and I was looking at cars last night and writing about it in my journal and doing all the things for the mind. I woke up this morning and the car wash bros sent me a message, hey, you need your car wash. I said, exactly, because that's exactly what I will be doing with my fly whip, is getting my car washed super nicely, right? What's up? That's exactly what's up. I need to be doing that, so I booked it, got it ready, was doing so many things, super fabulous morning, and I was in this outfit. My house outfit, my gardening, cleaning, taking out the compost, recycling outfit, with my hair in a braid, my brows a little fade, and fresh with the morning sun. And this company did not come. And I was like, damn, my goodness, they didn't come before. What horrible business and sales situation. But this is what I learned today. Them dinging me this morning and me saying, yes, I brought that in. That was my mind frame. And it was a lesson of what has been on my list of things that I need to do, is respond to all of my people on my WhatsApp, that every single session, every single client, to hit them back, to connect with them. And that's exactly what the company did. But their follow through was not good. And then I was like, oof, the company did it. Then I was like, okay, well, they did it before, but also my energy. I showed up of like, yes, my new car, da-da-da. But I did not prepare the rest of my energy. February 28th, me manifesting my black car, Pantera Negra. The woman that needed to be there to greet the on time, ready to shine my new freaking whip. She dresses as the dark feminine today because the dark feminine knows what she wants. I got into that car, I did all of my things that I needed to do in this essence of the dark feminine, and I was pondering, who is the dark feminine for me? And so even right now when I'm checking myself out and looking at my fit, I dressed as the dark feminine today, and I'm actually loving how she is moving, walking, adapting, giving. Playing with archetypes, playing with your own personal energy for sales? What? So, I've been following Instagram sales, marketing people, beautiful brown-skinned women. I've been wanting to learn from women that are actually doing it and women like me. I have been logging on to free webinars and masterclasses and having chats and watching their habits, how they speak with me, how they connect with me, what makes me feel like leaning in, what makes me feel repulsed. And I signed up for another class, this Dutch, Afro-Dutch woman. She is fly, she is sexy, she is direct, she is clear, and she speaks about the energetics of wealth. And that's why when I had that moment with the car and I was listening to her content, it was, what type of energy am I in? So I was just in the garden and I was in my mother energy, my Mother Earth Gaia energy. And I feel like that is my natural set. That's my natural archetype as a mama, as a woman in the jungle that really is connected to earth. So my research, my investigation, we hear dark feminine, we hear seductress, we hear the Jungian archetypes of men and women, the prostitute, the lover, the victim. And how do we use these archetypes in our daily life? And that day specifically, when I embodied that energy of the dark goddess, of she gets what she wants, she knows what she wants, and she summons it to her. What is the difference between that and the seductress? The seductress knows your fantasies, knows your desires, and can adapt. So I'm going to investigate this. I want to investigate. So she speaks about, okay, you can know all the strategies and all the tips. I have a lot of the logical information. And now how do I embody that and make it natural for me? So that's my next step of, I have been watching all of these YouTubes and it's like, you can watch, but then you must do. And I have been actively doing and pursuing. Side note on that job that I applied for, I sent her a follow-up touching base. I have not heard back. And I'm continuing on. In my investigation of sales, and now the investigation of energetics and sales. And I think that's perfect for me because the work that I do is all based upon energy and how I feel. And maybe that's what I've been missing, the energy of sales. So that's my first week of blogging, and I'm gonna go for a surf. Creating, consuming, passive. In every moment, we could be creating something, creating energy, creating a moment, creating presence, or consuming, being passive. I listened to a masterclass for 2 hours last night of a woman. She is from the Netherlands and a woman of color, and she lives in Bali. And she is a dark feminine. I told you I'm going to the masterclass, right? So I went to the masterclass. She had a very beautiful framework, and one of the things that stuck with me, because she spoke about this moment that you feel something, a trigger, a little discomfort, something that asks you to bring awareness or not, right? Then you have a choice to ignore it or bring awareness to it. And in that awareness, you choose for a high frequency decision. And I thought about it. It's not like every single moment, but then it is. Yes, every single moment can be triggering for somebody, right? And when you're not, I feel really like in a beautiful, spacious awareness in my life right now. And so when you don't have to be triggered, where are you? You are in awareness, yes, of am I consuming or am I creating? That's what I just understood for myself right now. What am I consuming? What am I creating? Or am I being passive and neutral, null and void. Like what is my, and not that to say that every single moment has to have a purpose. I was listening to Alex Hermosi, if that's how you pronounce his last name, and he said something that really was like man archetypes. You know, we have like the feminine archetypes of our menstrual cycle, but these were like archetypes of how I'm gonna be today. It was like, bro, I'm in management right now. Today's management day, bro. Then the next day was making day. Ooh, which is nice. Like, see that connection? Making day. He was in making day. It was just management and making day. Management and making day. And then an empty day of like seeing, like once you finish those things, like seeing what comes in. An intuitive day of like what comes in. And so I've been like playing with that. And my understanding and my execution hasn't been top notch of like, this is it, because there has been other days, mastery days and magic days. And for me, that magic day is that spaciousness, or that practicing, like what she spoke about last night in the masterclass, that dark feminine. And so there was like different parts, right? It's so interesting seeing the man side, how a man explains it and how a woman explains it. And I mean, I loved that she had that container side of format and logic, like visual to see, and not just loopy words in the air of woo. There was something tangible there, and that was important for me because there was a system, and then you weave, and she expressed, you weave your system through that. And I thought that was beautiful. And then I hear Alex with his archetypes of how he's being and doing. And so that's where I am right now, of like, ooh, it's so fun to make and create, right? The management, when I'm thinking about it, like, oh, I'm like, oh, I have to have that discipline, that high frequency decision to do it. I'm gonna go eat and create space to digest and eat. That's my high frequency decision right now, to fuel myself. I already had a class this morning. It was really lovely. I did a couple management things that I had to do from the laundry room. I love being in the laundry room. And I'm working on the and-ums. That's a pause, so take a breath. And the work is always committed to the work. The process does not mean love and light. It's, I see fully the paradox, and how will I navigate myself? Energy management, energetics management.
Mujer tan temprano y yo no puedo estar sin ti. Cuando ella regrese le voy a pedir que no me salga de aquí. Un segundo más, así no puedo.